Alright, how's everybody doing today? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a stock that has a potential to give insane returns over the next few years, and it's a stock I've been looking into for a while now, but I think soon or right now is one of the best times to purchase this stock. If not, at least watch the stock and start building a position out on it. So this stock personally it's in the space of the video game and media type of area, so they're pretty well established already with minimal risk, and they've been growing revenues really crazy, and it's actually fairly priced in my opinion, with a 4p of under 25, which is almost unheard of in today's stock market. Right before we jump into it though, if you haven't already, make sure to sign up to Webull. I'll have a link down below. All you guys have to do is open up a brokerage and deposit $100 and you'll get 3 free stocks. If you live in the US, just make sure you guys live in the US or you can't do this. But if you do, all you have to do is do that and do it by November 16, and you'll get 3 free stocks. It's free and it's one of the best brokerages in my opinion. So definitely make sure to do so. I'll have a link down below. So let's jump into it. The stock is Activision Blizzard. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of this. If not, it's all good. Basically, they're a video game company, but they're a publisher. They own quite a few games, right? They own like the whole Activision side of things. They own Blizzard and King, which is basically all these games. They own Call of Duty, they own World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Overwatch, and Diablo. So they own quite a bit of games, right? They're I would say one of the biggest video game publishers out there. Now, I'm going to be giving a few points on why I think this stock right now is one of the best times to buy. If not, start building a position or at least watch the stock if it's not your thing. But right now, it's actually down for the month from 81. It's down about 8% for the month. From its all-time highs, it actually reaches all-time highs back in September of 2018. And it's at $83, right? And right now, it hit 86 and it's down about 13-14% from its all-time high. It's down another 0.3 over the last day or so. So I think it's a pretty decent buy right now, right? Okay, so the P ratio, the trailing P is at 26, but if you look at the 4 PE, it's only at a 23, and that's definitely really low. If you look at the last year, it hasn't reached that in a while, which basically means that it's undervalued. If it's under 25 is basically what the market trades at. And for a company that's growing quite decently, I would say it's pretty good. And they also pay I think 0.5% dividend on top of that, which is pretty nice. The thing is, if you look at the reason why this really caught my eyes, because I was looking at the report for Q3 of 2020. Their Activision business grew 270% on revenues, basically driven by the free-to-play game Modern Warfare. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And their Call of Duty mobile games. And I think this will be a really nice profit to be had over the next few years, because they're releasing obviously the next COD, but I think they found a very good middle ground on how to do very well at actually driving revenues and having a sustained player base. Because up until now, the way Call of Duty worked was basically if they don't release a new game, they're irrelevant. Their Activision business is going down, because Call of Duty, if they don't release a new game, I mean, it's gonna get old in a year or two. So what they've done is, I think they found a very good middle ground on getting a free-to-play game, which is Warzone, and having a premium title attached to that every year. So if you play Warzone, you're probably gonna want to buy the full game and experience the campaign and the full version and the story behind that, and you're gonna be paying for it. So that way, a new COD will always be relevant, right? Because it's tied to the old, or to the Warzone that's constantly getting updates. Because if you bought COD a few years ago, if you come out with a COD and it's bad, the Activision is doing terrible that year. They're not going to drive any revenues. But because it's tied to a Warzone, which is free to play and is driving a ton of microtransactions, that's going to keep driving revenues in the future for Activision, in my opinion. Now, I've been personally playing COD for quite a while, but I do think even if their games aren't that good, Warzone will continue to be good. Just like how Fortnite has been getting crazy numbers even so many years down the road, because it's free to play and they've been doing that. Maybe not so much recently because they got their mobile games banned, but that's even better for COD, because COD Mobile is one of the only good shooter games on iOS, on Android. Obviously, Fortnite is no longer on the App Store. So people, what are they going to play for free? They're going to play COD Mobile. If not COD Mobile, then the other free-to-play titles, which aren't really too much out there. But yeah, the thing is with mobile, they also own King, right? They own Candy Crush, stuff like that. So they're dominating the mobile space, and they also dominate the kind of free to play and those international titles that a lot of people play all around the world, like Warcraft, Hearthstone, stuff like that, is also played internationally quite a bit. Now other than this, the reason I think that not only that it's doing well now is that it has a very good chance to do even better over the next year or so, especially during this holiday season. I think is the best place or the best time to actually invest before the holiday season. I think it's actually down. I think it's actually underplayed. My bad, a lot, because okay, so let's go to PS5 games. You go to Target, right? You search PS5 games. The first thing that comes out is Call of Duty. It's in the first page. Two of them. The normal edition. I actually don't know why it's two. It's the exact same thing. I don't know why it's put twice, but it's literally sold out. Look at that. Pre-orders are sold out. That is actually crazy. Spider-Man, you can still pre-order it. This Spider-Man edition, the cheaper version, you can still pre-order it. Nothing is sold out. Okay, Assassin's Creed is sold out, and that's it. That's literally it. FIFA is not. Everything is good, except Cold War, which is actually their new title, which is kind of interesting. So that is definitely something to consider. Now, if you go to Walmart, for example, they're on the second page. They're not sold out, but again, it's Walmart and it's $70. So this year, it's actually $10 more than the previous years, and it seems like people don't really care about that. It's usually $59.99, now it's $69.99. I haven't seen anyone really pissed at that change, and that's obviously gonna bring even more revenues for Activision. Now, okay, their main business, right? If you think about it like this, their main business is gaming on mobile and consoles, and obviously on PC with their like Hearthstone games and stuff like that. Now, what are people gonna be buying this holiday season? If you think about it, people are not going on vacations this holiday season. You're not going to spend money to go on a trip. You're not going to spend money to go fly to see your grandparents across the country because flights are canceled and there's just no point right now. What are people going to be buying? People are going to be buying phones. iPhones are expected to have one of its greatest seasons right now for purchases of new iPhones this year, because a lot of people are doing that. What's going to happen with that? More people are going to be hopping on playing these mobile games that Activision is one of the literally has the biggest mobile game on iOS, with the King and the Candy Crush and all the other games, Farm Heroes, stuff like that. They're going to be playing that. They're going to be playing COD Mobile with those new iPhones. They're going to be playing a lot of these type of games, especially with those more powerful phones. And obviously Call of Duty Mobile as well. What are they going to be doing? They're going to be getting PCs. You're going to be getting a lot of people getting brand new PCs for Christmas instead of maybe you would get a car because car sales are down so much. Maybe you're going to be getting a new PC instead. You're going to be getting a new laptop, stuff like that you're going to be playing these games on. If not, obviously PS5. A lot of people are going to be getting PS5s for the first time, or Xbox One X's for the first time, the new Xboxes. And what are you going to do with those consoles? You're going to be buying the new Call of Duty. You're going to be playing that. So I think those reasons exactly are why Activision would seem if you're looking for the next year, especially with a 4P of under 24, would be a pretty darn good buy. Now, I'm personally, if I buy Activision, I have a little bit, but I'm definitely looking to increase my positions before the end of November. But the reason that is because I'm looking at the next 5 years or so. The esports space and all of that in the future, I do think that it's going to grow substantially in the next coming years. Even in I don't know if I'll be holding it for 10 years, but let's say 10 years from now, I do think that literally video game and video game media is going to be probably one of the highest in its space. More people are going to be wanting to look at the Call of Duty League and stuff like that instead of just random sports, and just it's been growing pretty rapidly. The video game niche or the video game genre has been growing quite rapidly, as we can see over the last few years, over the last decade. So I do think it's going to continue to grow. Definitely, I don't think people are just going to stop playing video games and stuff like that. Less people are, like, especially now, going outside, and more people are actually, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but more people are actually spending time indoors and actually playing these video games either with their friends and stuff like that. So that's why I do think it's one of the best video game stocks out there. Like, there's obviously Take-Two Interactive, which is GTA and 2K. They own the sports games, but in the same time, I don't really think they don't cover that much area. Like 2K, if 2K, let's say people stop playing 2K, more people go to NBA Live or stuff like that, it's gonna go downhill. So those are some of the reasons I've done that. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. There's not much else I could talk about. Definitely make sure to, if you want to learn more, watch the report. Just Google investor on Activision, and all this should come up. It's pretty interesting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, especially if you watched until now, and I'll see you on the next video.